Away from the crowds at the castle, in the heart of Windsor Great Park, the bell tolled at the small chapel where some of the Queen's family gathered this morning. First to arrive was Prince Andrew, who lives close by. And then the Duke of Edinburgh's youngest son, Prince Edward, and his family, Sophie, the Countess of Wessex, and the couple's eldest daughter, Lady Louise. They joined a small congregation of estate workers at the Chapel of All Saints at Royal Lodge, which was often used by the Queen and Prince Philip. In fact, they were both photographed outside it last summer at the wedding of their granddaughter, Princess Beatrice. It was after the service the family shared stories and memories of Prince Philip with those who work at Windsor. And Sophie Wessex described to a member of the congregation her father-in-law's last moments.
It was right for him.
Probably people wear masks if they want to.
It was so gentle. It's just like somebody took you by the hand. Yeah. Very, very peaceful. And that's all you want for somebody to do.
He was a remarkable man. I loved him as a father. He was so calm. If you had a problem, he would think about it. We've lost almost the grandfather of the nation. And I feel very sorry and supportive of my mother, who's feeling it, I think, probably more than everybody else.
And he described how his widowed mother is coping in these first few days.
And she's contemplating, I think is the way that I would put it. She described it as having left a huge void in her life.
Today was a reminder, if one were needed, that the loss of a man at age 99 is still a loss for his family. And the human emotions often provoked after an exchange of memories and stories were evident on the faces of Prince Philip's son, granddaughter and daughter-in-law.
They all meant a lot to him, and he always took a very personal interest in everything that they were doing. So they all have got stories to tell, and most of them quite funny as well.
And it's very, very sad, but I have to say that the extraordinary tributes and the memories that everybody has had and been willing to share has been so fantastic. And it just goes to show he might have been our father, grandfather, father-in-law, but he meant so much to so many other people.
Sophie saw the Queen yesterday and said she is being characteristically selfless.
Thinking of others before herself. She's
as always.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
This afternoon, Prince Philip's only daughter, Princess Anne, shared a photograph which meant a lot to her. It was taken at the London Olympics in 2012. And with the photo came her personal tribute. "You know it's going to happen, but you are never really ready," the Princess Royal wrote. "My father has been my teacher, my supporter and my critic, but mostly it is his example of a life well lived and a service freely given that I most wanted to emulate." People have been asked not to bring flowers to Windsor, but instinctively they still do. This is how many have been placed outside the castle gates just today. Every so often they are moved and placed close to St George's Chapel, where the funeral of Prince Philip will take place on Saturday afternoon.